going on? It's another exciting episode from Gary's Garage. So I'm going to show you what I got going on here. You can probably tell by looking. I got a differential sitting here, rear end 9-inch housing. This is the one that came with the car. It came with these axles, both sides, strange 35 spline axles. So I'm going to use these axles. One of them is 31 inches, this one's 27 inches. I got this little tool here to help me out. I think it was like 20 bucks or something. I don't know. So I make sure I do it right. I got some springs over there. These are 4-leaf, which are supposed to be what's for the car. The ones that were in it have 6 leaves. I was like, yeah, I don't know what the hell those came out of. I got this piece of metal here so I can make my brackets later on. Got this from Harbor Freight, but Tractor Supply. 3/16, 3 by 4 foot. $40 for this. 40 bucks. I was like, holy crap, holy. But it's hard getting metal. Everyone's closed during the week and I gotta work, so it's a pain in the ass. I would rather buy like half a sheet or something, you know? But no one's open, so here I am. All right, so I got the springs, I got the housing, I got the axles. I'm going to use those. The ends that were on this are these. These are strange. These are flush mount. The Torino big bearing ends. I don't know why these were on here, but I don't know, because with the axles in, it was 66 inches. That's a lot. I don't know. I was like, oh, that's why the wheels stuck out so far in the car. But the goal is to get it down to 55 inches. And then I figure I'm going to do a rotor kit in the back, you know, disc brakes. Yeah, it's cheaper than doing drums. I don't know why, it just is. So I'm going to do disc brakes. That's a 1/4 inch seat side, so that'll be 56 inches total width. That's my goal. This thing, I don't know what went on with this rear end, but it was, obviously these were welded on the ends, right? I mean, well, they're like this, you know. Those are welded. There's another weld all the way around right here, and then there's another weld all the way around right here. So it's like there's a piece of metal, then another piece of metal, like they extended it twice. It's on both sides like that. But I did some measuring, and with my axles cut down, and with everything calculated, what it's going to end up being is I'm going to end up cutting just past this weld on each side. Just past this. So it's going to be it's going to be the virgin housing left. There's not going to be any tubes that were welded on or anything. So hopefully after I get it like that, everything will go good from there, and everything will be straight and everything else. So yeah, that's what's going on. I saved these too. These came out pretty easy to axle purchase. I mean, they're in good shape. They're rusty. I got to clean them up and stuff. They'll be fine. I'm trying to use what I can when I have, you know. If this comes out good, it'll be great, you know. I'll use this rear end housing. You know, I've got the axles, the housing, why not, you know. So that's what I'm doing right now. But the first thing I want to do is I want to clean up this housing, go around and get all this surface rust off. It's not really bad. It's not pitted. It smooths out pretty good when you take the rust off, you know. It's not any deep pits in it, so it should look pretty good once it's finished, you know, once I paint it and all that. But yeah, that's what's going on. I'm going to pause this for a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, and I'm going to maybe cut it, and I'll start maybe go from there, you know. But that's what's going on. Give me a little bit here. All right, we're back. We are back. So I did some measuring and remeasuring and more measuring, and, you know, measured it a bunch of times. So I use this to wrap around the tube to get a straight line, and I spray it with some paint. I'm ready to cut off the ends. It's like 5 inches, well, it's 5 inches off this end, and it's 5 1/4 off that end. And that should be it. And then I got well, that's not it, but little noise warning. I'm gonna start cutting. So I don't want to turn down the volume or something. That is a thick pipe. That is a thick pipe. So here's what we're dealing with on this. As you can see in there. I'm gonna flash that around here somewhere. I know I do. Hold on a second. Here we go. The ends of the tubes. I have this in there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. It's like, it's where you put an inner seal. But when they welded those ends on, they were off. They were a little bit crooked. I don't know if they were doing it to try and compensate for all these ends that were welded on and they weren't straight or what. But there's no way seal's not going to seal if the axle's off kiltered from it and it's going to leak, you know. So I don't know. That's like they cut this out of another rear end and then put it into this one or something. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm just going to change the bearings to set 20 bearings, which have an outer, they have their own seal, so I don't need inner seal, so I can throw these out. So I'll have to just replace the axle bearings. But I got one cut. I'm going to cut the other one. I'll come back at some point when I got something else done. All right. Got the axles in. No center section. But I got them in. I got them cut down. And I think they're going a little narrower than I was going to originally. So it's at like 55 3/8, which is 3/8 of an inch. 55 3/8. So it worked out. The axles are right here. I got a sleeve in between there, but I still got to cut this axle down a little bit more. This one's like perfect. Is that perfect? It doesn't matter anyway. I don't think that True Track has a pin going through, so it doesn't matter if it's a little longer. It's not going to hit it, you know. That's it. Got to work on it some more, but the welds aren't the prettiest welds in the world, but they do the job, you know. They're hot as fuck, I know that. So, yeah, there you go. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'll probably go in and eat. Then I'll work, I guess I'll think about doing those brackets for the springs. I want to do bracket springs back here so I can get this rear end mounted. Oh yeah, I can see right in here. I don't know if you can see in there, but there's the cut thingy, blah, blah, blah. Let me turn this on. There you go, see? It says the cut. It's pretty much perfect, but the True Track doesn't have a pin in the middle, so it doesn't really matter, you know. Just like a spool doesn't have a, you know, pin going through the middle. But yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm going to take it over to my buddy's tomorrow. He's got one of them things for straightening it out or checking it to make sure it's straight. So check the housing. If we have to straighten it, we will. It's not a big deal. You just heat it up with a torch and cool it down, and it's like magic. So that's it. 9-inch, 54 3/8. Flange to flange. There you go. Have a good one. Hold on a second. 55 3/8. Yeah, that's what it is. 55 3/8. I noticed at the end of my last video, my last recording, I was like 54 and 3/8. No, it's 55 and 3/8, which is pretty close to what I was shooting for. I was shooting for 55 and a half. So, but I ended up, I went a little shorter for some reason. I forget why. I think it was on this side. Or no, what I did was I switched it a little bit to share some of the spline, so the splines are a little longer. So that's what I did, and then it ended up being a little bit shorter. So there you go. Have a good one.